under the designer, we have seen how to import the sources, staging areas, tables, and everything, right? Target table,
Yes.
how to view, etc. So now,
Yes.
we'll try to see some more advanced concepts. Okay,
Okay.
okay. So, this is simply importing the tables, right? So after
Yes.
importing, if you want to perform some kinds of data quality checks by adding some constraints, okay, then
Okay.
which are not present in the database, but we are just creating these constraints in the ODI level itself. So while loading the
Okay.
data into the table, ODI will ensure that no, we don't insert the wrong data or the incorrect
O-
data. Okay,
Okay.
so to create those constraints, okay, when we expand the table node, we can see different subjects, right? Like attributes,
Yes.
filters, constraints used to populated by. So here we have the
Yes.
constraints option, right? So here
Yes.
we can add the constraints. Okay, to create a constraint, right click and define what you want to create, whether you want to create a new primary key,
Okay.
so that if you add the primary key, then we won't have any duplicate data in that particular column, right? This
Yes.
primary key will not allow duplicate values. So if you want to make employee ID as the primary key only at the ODI level, to just ensure that employee ID is unique, we can create this primary key.
Okay.
So when we click the new key, it will ask here what type of key you want to create. Okay, primary key or alternate key or a not unique index. Okay, so I'll say
Okay.
primary key and I will give a name to the primary key, pk underscore wc countries ds. Okay, and we'll go
Okay.
to the attributes tab and select here the country id and region id. I want a composite primary key.
Okay.
I want this combination to be unique. Country ID and
Okay.
region ID to be unique. Okay. So I'll click on the save button. So now the primary key constraint has been created only in the ODI level.
ODI. Okay.
If you go to the database, I'll refresh this. Okay. I'll go to the countries tab. Under the constraint, it will not get created. So this
Yes. It
constraint is
is
only at the ODI level.
ODL.
Okay.
See, if we will not have any constant in the database level, it's not a problem.
See, generally we'll be creating the constraints in the database. Okay,
Okay.
but if the developer is not qualified, or the the data architect or the data modeler during the design phase, they somehow missed it. Okay, then there are
Okay.
huge chances that duplicate data might get inserted, or the wrong data might get inserted, etc. So
But
it's
as
collective effort.
in both, as for a real time, in both database and in ODL level, both we can create the constant, right?
Right. Generally, it's better to create constraint at the DB level only,
Okay.
because sometimes like whatever the columns you are using here, those we can use only in the mappings. But in the procedure, you can write a direct query, right?
Yes.
So when you are writing a procedure and you are using this table, then this constraint will not get applied, because there it's
Okay.
just a plain query. Only when we are using the mapping, we'll be dragging this table. So then only this constraint will get enabled or active.
Okay.
Okay, so it's always better to create it at the DB level. And generally,
Okay.
if you have in your project, if you have the data architect or a data modeler, they will ensure that these constraints are available. But in certain projects, you will not be having any data architect or the data modeler. All the
Okay.
developers will only create the tables, everything. So in those cases, if the developer is no, is not aware, or no, if he wants to if there are constraints, then it will not allow duplicate data. And even you will have to maintain the parent key foreign key relationships, right? So sometimes loading the data will be difficult. So some developers, what they do is, they'll drop the constraint and try to load the data. Okay, so in those cases, no, we might get we are compromising with the data, so which we shouldn't do generally. But yeah, depends. Some developers no, they don't want to create those constraints. And no,
Okay.
maybe some of them are not aware. Some some of them do deliberately, because that makes their
Okay.
life easy. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So like this, you can no, create a constraint. This is for the primary key constraint. Similarly, you can create a foreign key as well. Okay, so
Okay.
you can say foreign key name. You can give any foreign key name. Okay, and what is the parent table? So here my parent table is region D. So I'll select this region dimension as my parent table.
Okay.
Okay, and under the attributes, I will select the attributes. So from the countries dimension, the region ID, and from the regions table, the region ID. Okay, so now we have created a foreign key as well. So if I want to create a alternate key, just go here, new key, and create the alternate key. Hello.
Hi, Mama.
Yeah, you are there, right?
I lost my network again.
Yeah, that's what it was showing. No, you got disconnected, so I was just checking. Yeah. So if you want to create an alternate key, right click on the constraint, new key, and select the alternate key option. Okay, give a name
Okay.
and select the attribute on which you want to create an alternate key. Okay,
Okay. What is this alternate key, forking key, and primary key? What is this alternate key?
no, alternate key is instead of creating a primary key, alternate key is also, it will also maintain the unique records.
Okay.
So similar to primary key,
No,
you can create an
there is a primary key. Why we are using this alternate key again?
see, primary key will be the natural primary key, right, for that particular table.
Okay.
No, in this country's dimension table, we have the country ID as the primary key.
Yes.
Now, if you want to make the region ID also unique, then on this region ID, we can make region ID as the alternate key.
Okay.
Okay, because we already have one primary key, and we cannot
O-
make the second column also as the primary key. In a
Okay.
table, we can have only one primary key.
Okay. Okay.
So in that case, what we can do is we can make country ID as the primary key and region ID as the alternate key.
Okay.
So even if you see here, we already have this primary key, right? When I
Yes.
right click and I say new key, you can see that like no primary key option is disabled.
Okay.
It's grayed out, you see, because in a table we can just have one primary key. It can be a combination
O-
of columns. Okay, primary
Okay.
key we can have more than two or three columns can also form a primary key. But in a table we can just have one primary key, whether it's a
O-
combination of columns or a single column. There can be
o-
only one primary. So
Okay.
if you want to make other column also not null, then we'll have to go with the alternate key option.
Okay.
Then if you want to create any constraint, right click and say new condition. Okay, and here you can type any name.
What is this? What you're doing now? Con-
Yeah, we
Condition
are
in the
trying
sense
to
what?
add any, like now if you want to make any column not null, or if you want to write any
What?
condition, okay, so we can add this condition.
See, if you make a primary key now, so there is no null values and there is only unique values now.
That is only in the
Then why?
country's ID column, right?
Yes.
But what about the other columns? It can be nullable, right?
Okay.
You made country ID as the primary key. So only
Okay.
country ID column will be unique. The other columns
Okay.
can be duplicate.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So on other columns, if you want to create any constraints, then we'll be adding those constraints over here. Okay.
Okay. What is that? Now you told giving condition. What is that? Can you show me?
To give any condition based on which it will load the data. While loading the data, it will check for those values.
Okay.
Okay. Similarly, here if you want to add any filters also we can add it.
Okay. How we
Okay.
can add that filter? Can you show me?
Yeah. Right click, right click on the filter and say new filter. Okay. Give a filter name. Okay. And here give the condition where I will say country underscore name not equal to, okay. So it will apply this particular condition. Global. Okay. Development as a, since like we have specified all the physical and logical schemas we have mapped under this development context. Okay, I have made this development context as the default context.
Okay.
Okay, since just now we made, right, so it is sometimes it doesn't reflect, so it's better to close and reopen it. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
It is still going and putting this global only. Okay, so even in the global context we'll map it. And click on this to validate, so the query is valid. Okay, so
Okay.
now whenever we use this country's dimension table, okay, dimension stage table, it will not allow to load the country name as Canada.
Okay.
If you put equal to Canada, it will only allow value where the country name is Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Okay, so like this, if you want to add any filter, you can add it. So in any mapping, you call this table, this filter will get applied automatically.
See, if we develop on mapping. Okay.
Mhm.
Hello.
Your voice is echo. Yes, Ranga.
Hello.
Yeah, yes, Ranga. Your voice was echoing.
Okay. See, if we develop one mapping after we run mapping, again, if we come
Mhm.
to this model, if we give any condition particular table, that will apply
Mhm. Yeah, that will apply
after after developing
yeah,
also.
after developing also.
Okay.
So if you want to try, we can try it down. Okay.
I think we not have anything else now. When we develop some big mappings, we can do
Yeah.
where we'll
So like no,
flex.
let's remove this filter. Okay.
Okay.
To delete, click the select and click the delete button, or right click and delete. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So now I think let's put it under this. Okay. So let's go and like create under this a new mapping. Okay. I'll say new mapping. I'll give a name. I'll say it's underscore WC countries underscore DS. Okay. If you want to give a description, give a description or else fine. Click on OK. Now here we'll drag and drop the source and the target. My source is the countries table. So I'll drag and drop it over here.
Okay.
My target table is WC countries DS. So I'll drag and drop it over here. Okay. If you want to add any expression or any other transformation, you can add it. If there is nothing, just like now, you can directly link the source to the target. Okay.
Uh,
And how do you want to link? By name. Okay. So now these have been mapped. I'll go to the physical tab. Here it is coming as default underscore. So I'll just to this panel like no, I'll just give a name. Okay.
okay.
Okay. I'll select the LKM. So I'll say LKM SQL to SQL. Okay. Then we'll say IKM Oracle insert is fine for us. Do you want to truncate the target table?
Truncate in the sense it will delete old data and it will again load fresh data.
Fresh data, right? Because this is a staging table, right? So in the
Yes.
staging table, we don't want to maintain the history and all, right? So we'll
It
say
will delete.
truncate and load the
Okay.
data.
Okay.
And here I'll select the CKM. I think CKM is not available in this. That's why it was not coming. So let me import the knowledge CKM knowledge module. I'll say import knowledge module. I'll say CKM Oracle. So there are no issues. Click on close. Yeah, CKM has come. So now if I click here, you can select the CKM Oracle. Okay. Sometimes like no, it doesn't get reflected. So in those cases, just close and reopen the mapping. Okay.
Okay.
Say no, and I'll click on execute button. Now we'll go to the operator and check what is the status of this particular mapping. So here you can see first it dropped the $C table.
Okay.
And which knowledge module did that? It's LKM. Okay. Then which knowledge? Then it created a staging table. Which knowledge module did that? LKM. Then the truncate target table got executed. So IKM was the one which executed that one. Next, the records got inserted. This is using LKM. Okay. Then you can see finally the data got loaded into the target table. Okay. And then finally clean up. The $C table which got created has now been dropped.
Okay.
Okay. So now if you want to see how many records got inserted, if you double click on this, we can see the stats. So you can see that like no 25 records got loaded.
Okay.
And what was the code? If you come here, you can see the code.
Where you got this? Where you can you show me once? How we can say this code?
Here you have these various steps, right?
Yes.
So here 110 step is insert new rows, right?
Okay.
So double click on this step. So this new window will open. Here you
Okay.
can see the high level statistics. How many records got
Okay.
loaded? How many got like no updated? How many records got deleted, etc. And here
Okay.
you can
Okay.
see the execution time when it started 9:11 11 seconds it got started. When it
Okay.
finished, within 1 second it got completed.
Okay.
If there are any error messages, it will be printed over here.
Okay.
And here, if you click on this code, you can see the code.
Okay.
Okay. Now we can even go to the database and check. So if you see, these many records got loaded.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll go here and add a filter where country name not equal to Canada.
Okay.
Okay. So this is my table, right? WC countries
Yes.
DS. So here I'll add a filter. I'll give a filter name. Here directly you can write the query or you can click on this edit button, the pencil button.
Okay. Okay.
So here now you can see all the columns right under this
Okay.
table. So here
Yes.
you can select country name not equal to, okay, apply, okay, save it, and if you want, test whether your query is correct or not.
Okay.
So it is saying valid query. Okay. So now I will once again run this mapping. We'll go to the operator. Okay. So it has finished. So now
Okay.
if I go to the database and refresh this one, not equal to error the condition not equal to, but once again it got loaded. So let's check in the code whether it got executed or not, the filter condition.
Okay.
Okay, okay, sorry. So like we should have put that filter condition in the source. We kept it in the stage, right? So
Ah, yes.
that that was our mistake. Yeah. So let me remove this filter condition. Now, here under the source countries table, I'll add that particular filter.
Okay.
I'll new filter. I'll give a filter name. I'll click on this launch expression editor and I'll choose country name not equal to Canada. Okay. I'll click on this save and just test it once again. Okay, so it's a valid query. So now let me execute the mapping. It has not reflected. So let me disconnect and connect once again.
Okay.
Okay. This is something really strange. Because even after building the mapping, if you create that filter, it should reflect.
Okay, let's check that we can do that tomorrow. Let's check that from it.
Then maybe we'll create a new mapping and let's see what is the
Okay,
issue
okay.
we could create. So now it is coming. See, last time it didn't came. I'll quickly go and select the knowledge modules. Oracle insert as a truncate table true. Yeah, see camera icon. Fine. Now if you see, only 24 records got inserted. Okay.
Okay.
So here you can see it has put this filter condition.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think if we create that filter or change anything in the table after creating the mapping, then it is not reflecting.
Yes.
So we need to make it before only. Or other option is delete this source once again and add it once again. Now if you see, only 24 records got inserted.
Yes.
So here that filter is coming now. Okay. So like this, like even at the ODA level, we can create these constraints rather than creating in the DB level. We can directly create at the ODA level.
Okay. Other than this, anything else in models, like any topics?
Basically, generally we import and we generally use this diagram. Okay. To just create this data model. Okay, we'll be using this diagram tab so that if anyone looks at it, they'll get a idea how the tables are interlinked with one another, etc.
Okay.
So by looking at this diagram, we'll get to know, right? Products table is linked with the product categories table. It is having a relationship with the order table, inventory table, etc. So for this data model, we'll be using this diagram tab, and
Okay.
hierarchy will show the parent-child relationship. If you want
Okay.
to parent-child relationships, then you can use this hierarchy.
Can I do that once how it looks?
Yeah. So you can see customers table is the parent key for contacts, orders, and copy of contacts table.
Okay.
Similarly, department table doesn't have any. Okay, product categories is having only with the products table. Okay, like that. Okay, and now we have used this. We have created the mappings, right? So now
Yes.
and customers, if you see, used to populate or used by. So here, if you can see that this table is getting populated by which table? The countries table.
Okay.
This is not used to populate any other table, right? So here used by, you can see this particular table is being used by these two mappings.
Mappings. Okay.
So basically, if you wanted to know in which all mappings this WC countries DS table has been used, so under this you can see actually.
Okay.
Okay? And then if you want to import, I showed you, right? You can export and import. Okay? We'll do this import export also. Okay, I'll show you how to move the code from one environment to the another environment,
Okay. Okay.
because we'll be migrating, right? After we complete the development, we move it to the
Yes.
test environment. There we do the testing,
Yes.
and then we move it to the
Yes.
production, right? So we'll do this
Yes.
import and export options, okay? And I'll show you how
Okay.
to migrate from one environment to the other environment.
Okay.
Okay.
And the whatever the tables provided, the data is large amount of data is there in that,
Yeah, yeah.
because then not I will
So
get some simple data and it's no use for me when you have large
yeah, yeah,
amount
yeah.
of data. Okay.
No, in I think in the inventories and orders table, I think you have around 1,000 records or something. Okay, we haven't loaded here, right? Still, we have to load the data into the staging. One not five oh seven. You can see here we are having 665 rows.
Okay.
So like that we have rows. Even like no, I'll try to give you one more data model with bigger data set. Okay.
Yes, bigger data in sense is small means we cannot get anything. If big means very it's very good.
Yeah, yeah. I'll like even
It's too
give
simple
one
now,
more
so we can,
data set. Yeah. So these are the like all the staging tables. Okay.
yeah, this is already created already.
Sorry.
Tables have created in my database.
This is the complete list. I think earlier I just gave you four tables only, right?
Yes, and staging now. In staging, I have
Yeah, yeah,
only four countries, employees, and regions.
yeah, yeah. That's why this is the like complete list. Okay. So for all these tables, we'll create mappings. Okay. So I'll
Okay,
give you the presenter rights.
okay. What can I? Okay, this tables.
Yeah. First, create those tables in the database.
I think what tables have created already is there. Yes.
So no issues. You can drop those tables and
How can I drop these all tables?
yeah, drop those four tables and create the all those tables. What I gave it to you.
Just can I drop table? It will work.
You drop table. No, no, no. Drop table, then the table name. Yeah.
Okay.
Now create those tables which I gave sent it to you.
Okay, it's there.
Yeah. So now create mapping to load data into each of these table. Okay.
I
You
think
please start creating. I'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah.
Hello, Mohammed.
Yeah. So you started creating the mappings, Rangan, or any issues?
See, I created this mapping, are able to see countries to countries.
Okay.
While I'm running this mapping, I'm getting some error. This one. See, this error is coming.
The physical node, not mapped to a physical server. Okay, okay, in the context global. So while running, you are selecting which context?
Okay, let me check once. Okay, it's coming. It's failed. Why?
Expand and try to debug.
Okay, now it's selected. See, there is no knowledge model. It's, the physical diagram is not showing. Why? Okay, it's coming now. Hi, Mama.
Yes, Ranga.
I created mapping for countries. I need to create for all tables like this one-to-one mapping.
Yes,
Why we are doing this? Just we are loading data to staging table. That's it for that purpose only, no?
right. Because like no, now execute the countries table once again.
Yes, I executed. The loader is also loaded.
No, execute it once again.
Can I run this again? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
How can I run? We cannot see your option, run option. Can I close and open
Just click
again?
somewhere on the outside.
Okay, executed.
Okay, refresh. Okay.
It's
Now
going.
check. Go to the database and check.
Yes, I check data is there.
Now run once again.
Okay, yes. Again, it's loaded one more time. Why? Duplicate
That's what I
values.
wanted to see.
I think we need to give some filters like that conditions. You told truncate and something blah 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 that we need to select in the knowledge modules when we are doing.
Okay, so like no, when we see in the class, it looks like no very easy. It's easy, it's like no, not at all complex or any rocket science. It's very easy, but only thing is we need to practice. Okay, you have
Okay.
a sharp mind, you like no catched what I said. But if you like no don't practice this, after 15 days or 1 month you'll forget it.
Okay.
Okay, so the main thing is you need to practice. So I have given you around 10 tables or something, right? So
Yes.
create mappings for all those 10 tables and load the data.
Okay.
Okay, because even we need to create the load plans, packages, right? So we need to
Yes.
have good amount of mappings. Then only like no, we can create various scenarios at the package or the load plan level.
Okay.
Okay, so create all the mappings for all the staging tables.
Okay, I
Okay,
will do that. It's not a problem.
yeah,
And I need
and
like it's only one-to-one mapping. I need the complex mapping also. Complex
yeah,
mappings.
that will come when we go to the loading the dimensions in the fact tables.
Okay. In SD we cannot do any complex mappings. Just will load
No,
one-to-one.
SD will be simple. Load from source to the staging. That's it. With some basic conditions. Will not create any
Okay.
filter conditions or anything.
Okay. Okay, this all I will do tomorrow. By tomorrow evening class, I will complete this all mappings.
Tomorrow you don't have a holiday, Ranga?
Yes, I have only.
Yeah. So then let's connect in the morning or afternoon if you are available.
Okay, anytime I'm okay. It we connect at 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
2 to 4.
Either
We can take 2 hours tomorrow.
yeah 2 to 4 or 11 to 1.
11 to 1 in the sense, I will do some my work. Morning I will connect with my
Okay, fine. No issues. We'll connect 2 to 4 then.
other location. Office is there. Only for Hyderabad is not there. So I have a little bit work. I need to help with my friends. I will help them morning section. Afternoon we can connect.
Okay, fine. No issues. Tomorrow let's connect from 2 to 4. Okay. And
And
in the
in the
meantime,
source
try
also,
to.
in the SD, how we can use reusable mapping? We will use reusable mapping also. No, SD we
Yeah,
cannot
yeah,
use
we'll create
reusable.
reusable mappings as well.
Okay,
See, basically for the reusable mappings, we'll need to give the input and the output. Okay. So that you'll get to know when you create some mappings and you get a like no some confidence.
okay,
Okay. So create this
okay,
and let's connect tomorrow at 2 p.m. Okay.
okay. And create some tables. Create one more schema which have the complex data where we can use complexity mappings like that,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
real
that also.
time
Yeah,
when
yeah,
we will
real time.
fit.
That will also I
Is
give you. But like no, first you become confident on these basic things. Once your basic is strong, then building the complex mappings and everything will be easy.
okay, okay, Mohammed.
Yeah. Let's connect tomorrow at 10. Sorry, not 10.
Okay,
2 p.m.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Don't forget tomorrow we can connect at 2 p.m. compulsory.
No, 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 no. We will connect.
Don't
Okay.
cancel.
Tomorrow, Saturday, and if possible, Sunday also will take 2 hours. Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Thanks, Rami. Bye.